to Full-Time Banter, episode 32. The Oreo Fantasy Football is back again, giving you a dunking into the world of FPL. You're here with me. I'm almost having a sheer heart attack at my league position. I'm hoping to break top 50, but I want it all. My name is Liam. And as ever, I'm joined by the man to my right, waiting for the hammer to fall. On these double game weeks, I'm planning a trip to the Seven Seas of Rye. If they pay off, it's Tarek.
Hello.
And the man on my left, wishing he had a kind of magic to regain control of his team, going stone cold crazy at Crazy Keith, it's Riz.
Hello.
So, tie your mother down and welcome to the show. T, what have we got lined up tonight?
Well, thank you, Liam, for that fantastic intro. That was good. That was some of the more obscure titles. Look out for those, anyone watching. Yeah, and last week's, we missed those.
Queen, that was, if you didn't know, Queen.
Queen. Yeah, because we're just about... We will rock you tonight.
Wait.
Yeah. He did get the one in that I asked him to.
Sorry,
never mind. Yeah. Right, what have we got coming up today? Like, share, subscribe before we tell you anything else.
That's good.
Like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at FullTimeBanter7. It's getting mad crazy up in here. It is.
Don't make me lose my mind up in here. Okay.
We are in the middle of game week 28. Excuse me. We are in the middle of game week 28 on Wednesday night. The big six are playing tonight. Yeah, some interesting results. Let's give you those. Arsenal are leading 2-1 against Bournemouth. Southampton are leading Fulham 1-0. Palace are drawing, or not Palace, Chelsea. Chelsea, the Plastic Palace, are drawing 0-0 currently with Spurs. And Palace are drawing 0-0 with Manchester United. Liverpool are winning! Yay! 2-0. 2 Mane goals. 2 Trent assists against poor old Watford. Yeah? Salah, come on. He's my captain. He needs to score. But what are we talking about today? Well, we're not doing a table as usual, at regular, because it's changed already, but Riz is going to tell you about that briefly. What we will be looking at is the assets still going on this theme of building up to game week 31, blank game week 31, which are the players based on last night's games and today, who are we looking at from Burnley, Newcastle, Leicester, Chelsea, possibly 1 or 2 others. And then we will look ahead, a preview to game week 29 and the best captaincy choices and some squad choices from there as well. Riz?
Yes, just so very quickly then, because of game week 28 going on, you ain't going to get the luxury of hearing Liam go through the rattling off the league positions. So, just a couple of quick points. Santosh Kanake is basically being reeled in like a kipper, not kepper, kipper.
He's
right?
been knocked off his perch.
Santosh is, my friend, worrying so much that it looks like our man, Gulshan Jain, this week, game week 28, if he does well, could be toppling the maestro from the top.
The new number one, yeah.
New number one. But, go on.
No, I was going to say it's worth mentioning, we're not talking about our top 10 because Santosh Kanake was at one point in the top 1,000 players in the world.
Smashing it, wasn't
I don't know where he is currently. I haven't checked. I will check shortly. But he's having an awful 2019. That's where it started going wrong for him. Yeah.
So, Brighton. All right.
Yeah. So look out next week for that. There might be big changes in the top 10 fantasy full-time Banter League.
They already
but
are.
Based on that, then we are still going to give you the highest and lowest scorers because they are still good to look at.
Yes.
The lowest scorer this week is a very quiet, humble friend of ours. He just likes to chip in every now and then with a little remark when United win or score a goal.
Yes.
But usually more when Liverpool are losing.
Yeah.
So he hasn't had a lot to say in that regard. But it is Naid Mohammed with EK Ranger, who must be a record low scoring total ever that I can remember, of 16 points.
I think it is the lowest we've got. I think it was 19 before, I think. 16
points, because Naid is obviously not watching our shows and did not prepare his team for the game week 27 blank, where he basically had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players playing.
It's not sponsored by Cheerios, isn't it?
Ooh, yes. They couldn't even shift those players off the pitch. He had that many players blanking, but that means he is 68th in the full-time Banter League, only on 1,407 points. That really hurt him. And I don't know if he's beginning to lose interest, to be honest, Nate. I've not checked his transfers or anything, but I don't know what's happening with people this year. They're finding it tough. They just can't hack it. Yeah, but somebody who can, our highest scorer this week.
Somebody that can. T's left this one for me, as is normal. It's Tukanine FC, Tupe Alon Rewaju.
I'll let know about you.
Irish lad. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
I thought you were from Scotland, Brendan's cousin.
Could be. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know where these people, half these people are from, do we? Let us know. Watch the bloody show, please. So he's got 62 points this week, and captaincy of Lacazette really paid off. Nothing from the midfield, but Jimenez did very well for him. And the defence, everybody apart from Bednarek, absolutely smashing it in the defence where most of the points came from. And as they often say, as Fergie was fond of saying, attackers win games, but defences win leagues. But will he win this league? He's currently what a segue. He's currently 65th in the full-time Banter League with 1,419 points.
Thank you very much. That takes us on to my score for game week 27, which was a record low average of the season. 35 points was the average for game week 27 because it was a blank. There was City and somebody else.
Chelsea,
blank, Everton, and Brighton. And I got 43 points, which I was reasonably happy with. What that meant for me was small green arrows, 4.8k up in the right direction to 68.5k overall. Pretty happy with that. Means I just moved down one place to 11th out of the top 10 in the full-time Banter League, but only by 6 points or so. And it's literally twos, snake eyes everywhere. Captain Salah blanked. In fact, that was the week that all the popular captain picks blanked.
Yeah, it was a shit. That was kind of the average, wasn't it?
Some Johnny so-and-so triple captain Delafeo. So it was Delafeo, Rondon and Jimenez who really kicked it last week. That's pretty much all there is to tell on my team. 1,620 points. How did you do, Liam?
I got 37 points, so just above the average, which is fine. My blanks, pretty shit really. Crouch didn't do anything, but then came on last night, just to confuse me even more. Fucking pain in the
got
ass.
0.
Did he? Bastard. Let me get 1.
No.
Why did I get 1?
I think he got a yellow card for something.
Oh, you mook!
He did,
You absolute mook.
He stopped a counter, I think it was.
Big fat 0.
What a bellend.
So like him, big fat.
So I got 37 again, like T said. Captain's picks not paying off. I had Aubameyang, and nothing from my team really, apart from the defence. Alisson, Robertson and Doherty, all doing very well for me. So I went down one place in our league to 63rd. It's all the 60s this week, isn't it, for the tables? So 1,424 points, but in the overall rankings, up 11k to 1.57 mil. And T tells me that you should always be more obsessed with the OR than your position in the league. So I'm going to count that as a good week.
It's a green arrow.
But to shit on your parade, I'm starting to worry for you. 2P is only a few points behind you.
Yeah.
2P. And your friend Miguel.
Miguel is hot on your tail. 20 odd points away. Yeah.
It's alright. To be honest,
it
would have been okay last night.
Yeah.
Apart from Huddersfield.
Oh.
In the fucking 90th minute, I was like, you know what I did? I think I jinxed it, boys. I'm so sorry.
You did.
I went and checked in like the 90th minute and went, what points am I on here? Woo, 16. Went back to Sky Sports News. Huddersfield have rattled one in. I was like, you fucking...
Huddersfield. Damn you, Huddersfield.
Well done, Jack.
What the hell is the point of winning a game now? You know what I mean?
With Wolves as well. Differentials all the way.
Completely killed everyone, Destroyed it from like 15 points last night. Went down to 6. What the hell? Or 5? I think I was in 5 points,
Well done.
Huddersfield, just go down.
Don't
fight. Don't fight it.
Don't fight.
Relax. Relax, Huddersfield. But anyway, going back to last night's games and looking at possible player selections going into 31, we saw Leicester last night, Burnley, Newcastle, obviously, Brighton as well. Anyone stand out to you? Anyone you're still championing that you were thinking of getting in? I know Pereira was. I'll give you a couple of the names.
Scott.
The big transfers in that everybody was scrambling over was Rondon and Barnes. And I've had Rondon since game week 17. So welcome to the party. So Rondon. Who else? Talk to me.
I'll go for Leicester. Pereira has already gone from my team.
Oh, okay.
I got Duffy in from Brighton. and then we had a big confusion on the group chat about who else to get in from Newcastle, and then I ended up fucking up my team for this week because I just didn't pay any attention to it. But Lejeune from Newcastle was the one I went for. But based on a Leicester, do you want to go on Leicester?
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
Based on a Leicester thing with Rodgers coming in, and stay tuned for part 2. The way we've done this is we've done Star Wars and filmed this bit second, so I'm really knackered now because I had a big rant in part 2, which we filmed first.
Part 2.
So watch part 2 after this. From a Leicester perspective, I would jettison every aspect of their defence.
Yeah.
Because Rodgers plays out from the back. Defence is always a weak area with him. He essentially needs to be like an NFL coach. They have an offence and a defence. And he really needs to show things up at the back. So I would get rid of Pereira straight away. From an attacking perspective, the one I would be going for the most is Maddison, as a bit of a creative midfield type. Because
6.6.
Did I write it down?
Yeah,
no, I didn't.
T don't like him.
No, T's not a fan, but this is the only time where
Well, I may come round to it because we'll carry on. We'll talk more about that, but yeah.
No, the other obvious choice would be Vardy, but the way that Rodgers likes to play, Vardy is very much playing on the shoulder of the last defender, making runs everywhere, buzzing about being an annoying little hornet or twat, depending what you want to be, want to christen him as. So I think it will take time for him to get used to the passing game, and I'm not sure if he'll be able to do the passing game. He should be able to. If you're at this standard, you should be able to adapt. So my choice from Leicester's players would be Maddison.
Good shout. Maddison is 6.6. Vardy's dropped to 8.8 from 9. But interesting, I agree with you on both regards there. One, defensively, we'll have to see, but historically, going off what we said about Brendan Rodgers' playing style, playing out from the back, same thing happened at Swansea and at Liverpool as well. Initially, it's going to hurt. They're going to make mistakes for that system to work, a bit like what Arsenal are and what Liverpool did as well. But the passing game, interestingly, because the games that Leicester have lost, the easy games under Puel, the likes of Saints, and I can't remember a couple of the other teams that they played and lost to, they had the lion's share of possession, 70% against, say, at Southampton, and lost that game. So they can play the possession-based passing game, but can Brendan Rodgers add that killer instinct in the final third?
I think there's no question about the ability within that squad. We've seen that. They've turned over City, they've turned over Chelsea. On their day, they can play when they want to play, but it's just the performances, getting consistent performances. I think Rodgers will be able to bring some stability to that, and I think his style of play would suit this bunch of players. Under Puel, it was too much.
Far too defensive, yes.
Kind of negative at times. But when they did attack and when they were given free reins, that's when they were doing well. I mean, they brought in Harvey Barnes now, the new kid. He's come in, he's played a few games, he looks hot. He's probably another one to look out for. So there are a lot of options within that team.
So, I mean, I had Chilwell/Pereira penciled in as a potential transfer for game week 31 through the blanks, because Leicester obviously don't blank. But I will be reassessing that now, see how they progress. But even having said that, I mean, Maddison was another one famously, if you've been following, I've not been a fan of Maddison, quite rightly, all season. He's done pretty much nothing, but in the instance of the blanks, even 2 points will make a difference.
I think he's had a decent outage. I mean, first season in the Premier League, I think sometimes we forget where he's come from to come into the Premier League and play the way he has done. But talking of different players, I think one that you were regretting last night was Fabian Schär.
Well, before we move on to that, I was going to say, we're going to be looking at these players as enablers, so maybe even though they aren't going to be the best options or ones you wouldn't have initially thought of for your team, but due to the blanks, we're going to allow these players into our teams, and Leicester, we're going to have to look at some of their players, whether it's Pereira, Chilwell, whether it's Maddison, Iheanacho, Tielemans or Vardy. Let's see how they do. And on the same token, before we talk about Newcastle, is Chelsea as well, because Chelsea are bang out of form, but they don't blank. So any thoughts on there? What we're gonna, because I think they may even possibly have a double along the way.
It's Brighton.
Depending on fixtures in the cup games and European games, Chelsea may end up having a double somewhere. So inevitably, it'd be daft not to look at some of their assets.
I think after tonight's game with Spurs, the obvious one is Fulham, the next game week. Coming into, and it'd be stupid not to have any.
You'd think even Chelsea could do something against Fulham.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd hope so.
At the end of the day, they've had their problems, but we've seen over the last couple of games, especially with the City game, their performance improved. I mean, they got turned over 6-0, but in the final they came to actually play.
Yeah.
And I didn't think their performance was too bad. I think they were unlucky, obviously, to
They
lose
stifled it,
but they looked like a Chelsea side that were willing to play. So that might be something else to watch out for. I think it was 0-0 at the minute.
Still 0-0, and incidentally, Kepa's benched today,
Yeah.
and Caballero's
And they're
playing.
holding their own. I think they've just got to half time, so looking pretty decent now.
Chelsea assets, we both have Louise.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't really see any reason to get rid of him. There's always that free kick potential.
True.
I mean, they've let in 12 in the last 6, I think Chelsea have.
Are you bringing anyone in then?
Kante is a decent shout.
Okay.
Probably might not go down that route, but if I was, he's only 5 million, 90 points, 3 goals, which is his best ever return, and 4 assists. So even though he's not, he'd be more effective for the team playing where Jorginho plays as an FPL player. It's going a bit better for him in that points aspect. Yeah. And he's only 5 million, and if you want a Chelsea player, it's not a bad shout because he will play. He will do those 90 minutes.
Fair enough. Not tempted by Higuain because my reasoning is now one. Obviously, Rashford is out. He's a little bit cheaper, but can you go up then to either Vardy or Higuain?
Not at the minute.
Yeah.
No.
The other one then is I'm thinking about Son. Let's see what happens because Son wasn't. I mean, Tottenham weren't impressive in that game against Burnley, but then they got the win after that. Son, going to have to see how he does because I'm thinking he might possibly be another one that I move out.
I think that's been the story of Spurs though, hasn't it? Last 6 game weeks, they've not been at their best, and then the 3 games that they have won, they've managed to get late goal scoring in the last 5 or 10 minutes, and it's just one of them years. But they're persistent, they're dogged, and I think
they're going dogged.
Yeah, they're going dogged, bro. Going dogged.
No,
so after hearing
they're all signed.
So before that, because the other thing to think about as well is I'm going to be at least free hitting in 32 during that double game week. Yeah. So I'm looking at players potentially. I'm looking at is Salah out for Mane. Mane scored 2 tonight so far. Looking at who else. Son out, as I say. I'm trying to think who. I'm thinking of Sterling. I was thinking of either Sterling or Sane, possibly back in another City asset.
Sterling's on the bench tonight, isn't he?
He is benched tonight. That's the only thing you don't know who the hell's going to play for City.
Yeah, as well at the minute.
But from Chelsea, which midfield is it worth? I don't want to go for Hazard.
Troll.
Yes, and he's too expensive. So that's why I'm leaning towards
Higuain. If you go in midfield, then you're probably looking at the likes of Willian or Pedro, because at the price they're at, they're worth the hit.
Suppose they are for that one game and for the likes against.
Kante's got more points than them both.
This is it. Yeah, there's no consistency. He seems to love Kovacic and Barkley. That's his 2 favourite players.
Yeah.
But let's move on then, Riz. Go on your point on Newcastle and Burnley.
I was just saying Newcastle seem to have got their bit between the teeth again.
Rafa's doing it.
Got their mojo back.
Rafa is a beast.
I think they've climbed up to 15th or something else. 14.
Yeah.
But Fabian Schär scored a couple now.
Yes.
He's
hot in form.
Bullet of a shot last night.
Yeah.
And they managed to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah. Which is quite surprising actually. They've kept a number of clean sheets, but based on the stats yesterday, because towards the end of the second half, they just sat back and let Burnley back in the game.
They did.
Luckily managed to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, exactly. And in terms of the prices, if you're looking at fitting in a player or two here or there,
he's 5.7.
Yeah, he is. But then if you're looking at getting rid of potentially any premium ones, that ain't really doing it. Like I think.
Laporte, people still got Laporte.
Yeah, if certain people got Laporte or even Alonso, I've seen on some teams, they need to get
Doherty, Wolves defence, shocking.
That's another one. So
yeah, Doherty. So if you've got these players to think about, because I brought in Lascelles this week for Tompkins because Tompkins not having a great time and having the blank as well. But Lascelles only because I couldn't afford Shah. Shah is the informed player and he's scoring every sort of 3rd, 4th game, getting some good returns. So Lascelles sitting on my bench currently with 6 points, hoping Rashford doesn't come on tonight. But yeah, I mean, Lejeune was cheaper.
Yeah, I've got him. Yeah.
I overlooked him. He's kind of on a par in terms of recent form, past 5 game weeks with Lascelles. So either of those, if you want the cheaper option.
He's
But
4.4. Like,
Similar to
can't be
Wan-Bissaka.
can't be sniffed at.
Exactly, yeah.
Substitute for Wan-Bissaka.
so yeah, I mean Shah, the other one, definitely.
Shah just reminds me of like an arming Swiss knife, bro. He's just
He was everywhere.
dynamite, you know.
He's everywhere, isn't he?
Everywhere, like literally. You just got uses for every inch of the blade of grass.
The other couple of interesting players from Newcastle for midfield, then, because the midfield as well, if you're looking at midfield options now, then from Newcastle, a couple of really good options. And previously, early in the season, people were on Matt Ritchie and Kennedy,
And even
But-
Shelby.
John Joe Shelby, but because of injuries and whatnot, Rafa's brought out the young guns. And one local lad, Longstaff, who actually scored yesterday.
Yeah.
But prior to him, Isaac Hayden.
Isaac Hayes. Shaft.
No, Isaac, he is black, but no, Isaac Hayden.
Whoa.
Shaft is black, Isaac
You'd
Hayden is
be
black.
getting phone calls and
I
stuff.
don't
When
know,
you get
I'm just
sued.
saying it's a good thing. Yeah, but Isaac Hayden as well, 4.4, and again,
Smashing it.
not quite as inform as Shah. Shah is really stepping it up, but those two players, for the price they are, absolute bargain value. Hayden is 4.4 and Longstaff is 4.5 or 4.6.
4.5.
Not much more, so hey, we're giving you everything here. And Rondon already, Almiron is looking lively at 6.
Quality. He's looking,
Yeah.
looking really good.
Personally, I think Rondon for me. But again, it's just been this issue with money, trying to have the right
But do you say rom-com for you? What are you into rom-coms for?
rom-com. Hey, music and lyrics are one of my favourite films. I would happily take a bit of Hugh Grant and Drew Barrymore any day of the week.
Fair play.
Anyone else worth considering then?
Well, you said Burnley, so I don't think, to be honest with you, Burnley. I mean, as good as a couple of games that they've had, and they're looking
They were
slick,
looking
and they
like
turned
they were-
over Spurs. But for me, they're inconsistent. I mean, the
Yeah.
only one I'd probably go for is Tarkowski, the defender,
Mm.
or even keeper potentially based on number of shots that they'll have to come
As
up
the
against.
average
So,
card
yeah,
scenario,
exactly.
isn't it?
But
It was weird with
Barnes,
Burnley.
yeah, but
Yeah, Ashley Barnes, everyone got in on, and he got 2 points yesterday as well.
Yeah,
They were just sitting too deep. They were just sitting too deep yesterday. Ashley Barnes was playing just, between the 18-yard box and the centre circle, so he's having no influence
Nothing.
whatsoever. So yeah, Burnley's a strange one because they were just on the cusp of very much getting informed and becoming
getting
informed
back to where they
players.
were.
With the likes of their midfielders, Dwight McNeil, who's a cheap one as well, and I can't remember the name of the other guy alongside him. But Tom Heaton and Tarkowski, like you say, as well. Personally, I'd look at the wingers. If you're really going to go Burnley way, I'd say Taylor. It was only 4.4 as well, I think. Yeah, cheap options, but I'd put Burnley bottom of the list, really.
Newcastle ahead.
Yeah, Newcastle.
Currently, based on current form, yeah.
Yeah, based on current form, Newcastle, Chelsea, Leicester, Burnley. That's the order of players I would say to look at. And this is assuming you've already tripled up on Liverpool. Yeah? And who's the other team that's played in the... I can't remember.
What, this week?
In the blanks, throughout the blanks. You know what it is.
Watford.
We've put it up. Yes, we've put it up previously.
Watford, innit?
Watford, yes, it may well be. Yeah.
I think it's Watford.
Yeah. But let's look ahead then to game week 29 and captaincy options for game week 29. I'm going to let you run these down, Liam, and give us your thoughts first.
Yep, so fixtures coming up. So this is teams that you're likely to have captaincy players in. So it's Spurs versus Arsenal, North London derby. Bournemouth versus City. United versus Saints. Fulham versus Chelsea. And then the Merseyside derby. Hey, calm down that kid.
North London derby, Merseyside derby.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it funny how these all fall on the same weekend? It's almost like Sky have a fucking hand in the fixture list, isn't it? And, like the Six Nations.
Sky, they wouldn't do that.
No, they put the Manchester
See,
derby in the Six Nations
You're so
weekend.
cynical, Liam.
The only good thing there is you're not having both games on Super Sunday.
Yeah, true. Your ass is glued to the chair for about 6 hours, oh, for fuck's sake.
Who's the standout for you there?
From then, I'm going to have to say, I think United against Southampton. But Southampton is a tricky game. And United or Spurs. I mean,
United at home, given your current injuries. Rashford should be back.
Yeah.
But no Lings, no Matic, no Martial.
To be honest, I would expect Spurs. Yeah, I would expect Spurs to turn over Arsenal.
Yes, but then again, anything could happen there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shit weekend this again, isn't it?
It is.
It's not again like Fulham and Chelsea. You'd be looking at that and going, well, Chelsea should turn them over. To be honest, from my sorry, Louise. For me, I'm looking at Louise and going
Against Fulham.
cheeky clean sheet and a cheeky free kick will do me nicely.
You know my rule about not captain
I've
a
not done it
defender.
for a while. I've not done it for a while.
Captain a defender.
Yeah, I don't know. Riz, what are you thinking, mate?
I think based on those fixtures, the obvious one would be someone from Chelsea. To be honest with you, I think.
You think so? Yeah, against Fulham.
Even the likes of, I hate to say it, but Troll Hazard, you know,
Hazard,
Troll put
yeah.
on there.
Is this the game? Has it come round again? This is the game where he gets a goal.
I think it's that similarities of what we said before about premium players against Huddersfield, and I think this is just one of those games that he's going to be
possibly
stand out and counted for. You could even, like you said, could even go for Higuain. If you're lucky,
he's not even played in the cup, so it's like
yes. But out of all the Chelsea players, he's been the most lively player. He's been looking at taking some shots and stuff, so he's doing well. He's doing well there.
Just give you a quick update. Arsenal are 3-1 up, and Aubameyang still hasn't scored. But anyway, I'll give you my rundown because it is tough. This because Spurs v Arsenal. Okay, do you captain Son or Kane if you have him? Arsenal, Aubameyang possibly, but anything could happen in that game. Bournemouth v City, that's the one initially I'm thinking.
It's the one you'd be drawn to. Personally, I don't have City players, but for yourself?
I have Aguero, but is he going to play?
But Bournemouth at home are strong.
Stronger. I won't say they're strong.
I think at home they're on the road they're rubbish.
But they've got Lerma still out long term. They've got a few other injuries.
At the Vitality, I think they put up.
Well, let's hope so because City are still drawing 0-0 against West Ham, and let's hope that is the Fernandinho effect. And so maybe you just put me off City versus Bournemouth. United v Saints. Saints could be stubborn. United still injury ravaged. Fulham versus Chelsea. Chelsea are all over the place. Is this the game that Fulham and Mitrovic could do something? And the Merseyside derby.
Everton 2-0.
They're gonna, like Klopp said, that's their World Cup game. That one, so they're really going to be putting in 110%.
Derbies, you have to throw form out the window, don't you? And Everton at home as well.
The only hot tip I give you for the derby is don't bloody pick Pickford.
We all know that. And Digne. Yeah, this is where you bring Digne in, he's going to give you a -5 or something. So
hey, up Sigurdsson, mate. Did you see him at the game last night?
He did, wow. He did. He got a couple of goals, didn't he?
Taking over Johnson now, isn't he? That's the highest Icelandic scorer in the
Premier League.
That's some mean feat, that is. But going back to
57 goals.
Captaincy options, we're not being any help here whatsoever.
Shows how shit it is that we can't decide.
It's
alright, chuck some names out there. So you said Aguero, I've said Hazard, you've said Luis, whether you've been serious or not. Other than that, who else? Salah, would you go for Salah at the minute, the way he's playing?
Not against Everton. Derby goes out the window. It's not.
Because Salah is out of form. He's been playing absolutely awful past 2 games.
So, answering a question then, would you captain someone in a derby game?
No, even though I captained Salah last week against United in the East Lancs derby. No. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do, yeah, because on the Salah thing, I'm tempted, again, like say about plans, something always comes up, so with Salah...
It's like this.
Yeah, on the forefront of my mind now is when and how do I get Salah out for Mane? That's my thinking now with Salah, yeah?
Next week?
That aside, if I do, it's going to be from -4 because I've got my plan for the blank game weeks. Next week, my transfer is supposed to be Højbjerg to Hayden. That's who I'm supposed to be doing. Nice, clean, straightforward transfer there. But here's what I will be doing. I will be, once again, looking out for as much news as possible on whether Jesus is fit and back or if Pep is going to stick with Aguero.
Jesus is back for about 2 weeks.
At least 2 weeks. Well, that's good news.
2 more games.
The other danger is he tries being clever and playing Sterling as a false 9.
Could be seen as he's rested
He's been
tonight.
rested tonight. Yeah. I'm gonna hope to captain Aguero. That's my 100%. Yeah. And no mistakes, I'm not blagging you or anything, yeah, like anyone suggested.
See,
Like I forgot to put the captaincy on Son, I thought I'd bloody done it. But it didn't matter that week anyway. But that's why I'm going. I'm going to hope that Aguero is playing and he's going to be my captain against Bournemouth.
can I just say something? Make sure you,
Go ahead.
Make sure you press confirm.
I will press confirm. You know what it was? I was just looking through so many bloody transfers. I was doing my game week 31 plan, and I thought I'd done it. Obviously I hadn't.
You're fortunate, but Salah's not done anything yet.
Yeah, so Aguero for me then. So you're going...
I'm struggling with the no City players. I'm having a bit of a mare, but
Pogba?
the rest, it's either Salah or Pogba. Looking at my
But you've got
team.
Aubameyang.
Derby's, isn't it? That's what you said.
He's a
Oh,
prick though, isn't he?
So that rules out Son and Aubameyang.
And Kane.
Probably. It's Louise. It's got to be Louise.
Pogba.
Yeah,
Pogba
Louise.
against Saints.
Yeah.
Pogba's probably the rational one.
Pogba,
Louise.
Hazard.
I've got Hazard, mate. I've done my transfers as well. I can't.
We've seen in the Derby game, again, a bit of a weird game that, but you've seen that with the injuries, with the shape having been changed for United, Pogba had to be a lot more central midfielder, and he was ineffective. I mean, he did the job in terms of...
For what was required for the
cheering
game.
up, yeah, but as an attacking outlet...
I don't think at that time we could have gone and attacked, considering losing 3 players in the first half, 40 minutes of it, personally speaking. But I think depending on how tonight pans out, then maybe he would probably play with a better option.
Here's what I'll do then. Let's see if this makes it any easier. I'll give you the full rundown of the fixtures, the ones we haven't included, and see if there's any surprises there, because a lot of people have Jimenez, a lot of people love Barnes, so Brighton are at home to Huddersfield.
Nah.
Sorry, March.
Brighton is a 6-pointer.
And Duffy.
And Huddersfield are like bouncing.
Eh,
They scored a goal.
Yeah, it's going to be shit now.
And they won.
Burnley are at home to Crystal Palace.
Zaha in form, but even then outsider.
Zaha, yeah, he's an outsider, but he's risen in price.
He's done well. He's done well performing.
Wolves at home to Cardiff.
I would expect Wolves to get some.
These fixtures are absolute.
You would expect Wolves to hand out Cardiff a hammering. However, having said that, Huddersfield were the ones who turned Wolves over, and basically they know each other from the Championship, so that could be an interesting one.
West Ham are at home to Newcastle.
Bloody hell.
If it was Newcastle at home, I would be more inclined to go with Newcastle players. But with
Rondon,
West Ham at
possibly.
home, it's
Possibly Rondon or
Pickham.
other side, Felipe Anderson.
You don't know which West Ham is going to bloody turn
No.
up. Watford at home to Leicester.
Delafeo, go on, bro.
Triple captain Delafeo.
Triple captain, yeah.
Oh yes. No chance. I'm not going there. Again, Watford, you don't know which bloody team is going to turn up.
You don't know.
Fulham and Chelsea, Everton and Liverpool. So basically, it's pot
Pick
luck.
your own. Lucky dip.
I mean, here's what's going to happen.
Sorry for wasting your time.
Yeah. Here's what's most likely to happen is we get the safe option, the majority captaincy on Salah again. Yeah. That's a safe option if you want to go with the masses, like we say, safety in numbers. If everyone fails, then it's fine, we won't. But it just depends if one of the others fires. And like I said, I can't look past City for that. City are absolutely gunning for us, for Liverpool. Everton are going to make that hard for us. Salah is out of form. I've got to say City and Aguero for me. If you've got Sterling or Sane, then that's a big gamble.
Yeah. Oh, just tweet and let us know. Full-time Banter 7, give us your thoughts.
You need to follow us on Twitter
Are we missing
because
someone?
I'm trying to follow the news to the minute before the kickoffs and stuff. So any news I get, like with the Aubameyang sickness to Huddersfield, I'd retweet it. Yeah. So if you're following us, you'll see it in your timeline. You'll have the news.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have someone other than Miguel tweeting, man. I'm getting bored of him now. So.
I'm not.
You need to create an account then and we'll get Miguel to
Yeah,
follow
me and Miguel.
Oh, are they even good? I don't know. We hope we are. That's it, we'll leave it there, I
I
think.
just love it. He has banters with you, Tariq.
We'll leave it there. I'm going to give you one final rundown of the scores, see if anything changes or anything interesting comes up.
City 2, West Ham 0.
Right, Arsenal are still 3-1 up at home to Bournemouth.
Boo.
And Aubameyang has not scored. So Aubameyang, captain, is stuffed again. He's another troll. He's becoming another troll like Hazard.
As soon as I take him out, he will get 6.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so prepared.
You know that. Southampton are 2-0 up against Fulham, and another informed player, James Ward-Prowse for Southampton, but the reason you've not heard his name mentioned so far is because Southampton blank, don't they, in 31 and stuff. Otherwise, Ward-Prowse is absolutely in form. Chelsea 0-0 to Spurs. Crystal Palace are losing 1-0 to United with Lukaku the goal scorer. Shaw with the assist. Shaw and Lindelof are ones. I will be getting Lindelof in, I think, on my wild card in 34 because United do blank in 31 and 33. They get a double in the middle though in 32, so something to look at. If you free hit in 32, get United players in. Liverpool are leading 2-0 still against Watford, but it's Mane with the 2 goals, Trent with the 2 assists. Trent's a bloody rotation risk as well. And City are 0-0.
How many minutes have got? Is it second half?
0-0 against West Ham.
Yes, second half just kicked off.
I have no idea. I'm guessing.
Second half just kicked off.
Yeah, so City 0-0 against West Ham. So hopefully, worst case, either Anderson scores or I get a Danilo clean sheet there. So
or a Fabianski shutout.
Oh yeah. Well, I had Patricio, didn't I? Patricio.
Rui, what you doing?
Okay, that's it. Anything else, guys?
No, it's been fabulous.
Watch part 2,
please. Yes.
Liam's Celtic rant. Brendan Rodgers. Brendan has done the dirty on old Celtic. Poor old Celtic up there in. I won't say him anymore. Up there in the Scottish Premier League.
Alta Hebrides, bro.
Join us next week. Have a good game week 29. 9/29. Yeah, we'll see you for the preview for game week 30. It's getting close. Bye bye.
Good night. Cheers.